The adventure is probably the biggest part of it for me, going into a new place that is untouched by climbers. So for the better part of the last decade, I've been roof hunting. So having that thought in my head is always driving me to kind of get out and search for new things, and I found that it's been pretty rewarding. I have found things that are mind-blowing that I wouldn't imagine could have been in the places that they are. Coming across a roof that has holds and is high off the ground and has a perfect line is just something that's a rarity, even for an area that hosts so many amazing roofs. So when I came across a relic roof, it sort of takes a little bit to set in what you've actually found. I guess you look for something so long, and when you find it, you almost don't know what to do with it. I've put countless days into searching, but then countless days into also climbing, all for the purpose of finishing a line under a massive roof. Brushing new stone and being the first to chalk holds up and try moves is really what I'm looking for. It can be years of looking before you find anything worthwhile. So I spend a lot of my time hiking and looking for new boulders and roofs. Generally, I don't find anything that's worth writing home about. Every now and then I will come across something awesome, but the good roofs are few and far between. I try to tell myself like, oh, it won't be any good, it's just gonna be another one that doesn't work out. When I see one that has holds, it starts to sink in that, wow, you've really found something awesome here. The desert is a stark contrast from Flagstaff. You drop about 1,000 feet in elevation, the trees all go away, you can see for miles around. It has a much older feeling to it. Dropping into a lot of these canyons has a pretty ancient feeling to it. We come across all sorts of neat things down in the bottom. Dead animals are really common. Petroglyphs you come across quite often. It's a nice reminder that you're definitely not the first people here, but you might be the first to have been there for 100 years perhaps. once you do find a massive roof, the amount of work that goes into it can be overwhelming. Relic Roof has been one of my biggest challenges yet due to the remote nature of the climb. It's about an hour and a half outside of town. You've got about 30 miles of dirt road to drive on, which can be pretty rough. I've probably logged over 5,000 or 6,000 miles on my truck just driving back and forth to the roof. On top of all of that are your normal problems of having to figure out the climb and really decide if it's going to be possible for you or not at all. While progression is something that I do care about, it's never been a drive for me. Rather than go to the gym, I'd rather go hike and look for new stuff, and I just come to the roof and enjoy being outside. I never stop looking for new roofs. I use my rest days to go hike out into the desert or check out a new canyon in a forest somewhere. By the time I've finished climbing on something, I'm pretty satisfied, but I'm also just still looking for the next best thing.